Can every single person on the planet be wealthy? Could all 8 billion people on the planet start a business that serves several hundred or thousands, each servicing different group? Everyone says start a business, create value, serve people, build something that scales. It sounds perfect in theory. If I invent a toothpaste brand, sell to 10,000 loyal customers, and make a great living, why couldn't everyone do that? What if every single person in the world had their own little business, serving 1,000 or 10,000 people? Would that mean everyone could be wealthy? Or would the idea collapse under its own logic? Let's imagine a world where every human runs a business. 7 or 8 billion small enterprises, each offering something valuable: food, art, code, courses, whatever. At first, it sounds like a utopia of abundance and entrepreneurship. Everyone creating, everyone trading, everyone earning. But then something weird happens when you zoom out. Because money, in the simplest sense, is just a system for exchanging value. If everyone is trying to sell something, who's left to buy? There's a natural overlap. If I make my income from selling toothpaste and you make yours from selling coffee, eventually we're just passing the same dollars around. You buy my toothpaste, I buy your coffee. We're both in business, but neither of us is actually richer. So the question becomes, is wealth something that can scale infinitely for everyone, or is it always relative, a product of scarcity? Let's step back. We often mistake money for wealth, but money is just a scoreboard, a representation of resources, time, skill, and demand. If everyone suddenly had $1 million, but the amount of food, energy, and houses stayed the same, the price of everything would just rise to meet it. You wouldn't be rich. You just live in a new baseline economy where toothpaste costs $500. Wealth, then, is about access to real value, not the number in your account. And that's where the start a business narrative starts to show cracks, because not every business actually creates new value. Many just rearrange the same pie in slightly different shapes. This is where things get uncomfortable. Motivational entrepreneurs often say, anyone can do it, anyone can build a business. But the truth is, most people won't. And maybe that's not even a bad thing, because economies need balance. Creators and consumers, builders and maintainers. If everyone is trying to start the next big thing, who's left to actually use it? So when someone says everyone should start a business, maybe that advice isn't for everyone. Maybe it's just for the 1% who actually will. The ones who might have done it eventually, but needed that little push to start. And that's fine. That's his product market fit, his audience. He's not lying. He's just speaking to the subset of people who can hear that message and act on it. Still, there's a subtle ethical tension there. If you know that 99% of people can't or won't start a business, but your product depends on telling everyone they can. Is that inspiration or manipulation? Imagine shouting, "There's gold in the hills," knowing most won't go, but a few will. You're not wrong, there's gold. But the story is profitable to tell, even if only 1% strike it rich. So is that unethical, or is it just how belief spreads through stories that are true for those who act on them? It's kind of like Bitcoin. People said, buy Bitcoin and you'll be rich. If everyone had done that early on, no one would be rich. The price would have stabilized, but most didn't. Most couldn't see it. And so the few who did act early were rewarded massively. So maybe start a business is the same kind of advice. It's true because most people won't do it. It only works in a world where belief is rare. So where does that leave us? Should we tell everyone to start a business, knowing most won't? Or should we be more honest and say, here's what it takes, 1, 2, 3. If you can't do those things, maybe don't try. But if you can, you might join the 1%. That honesty would probably help more people in the long run, because it sets a filter, a reality check, instead of selling a dream. But even then, maybe there's still something valuable about selling belief, because every person who actually tries, who breaks out of the 99% pattern, pushes the world forward just a bit. And maybe that's enough. So could everyone in the world be wealthy? Maybe not in dollar terms, but maybe wealth isn't supposed to be evenly distributed. It's supposed to be circulated. The goal isn't for everyone to become an entrepreneur, but for enough people to create enough value that everyone else benefits too. Maybe the ideal isn't everyone starts a business. Maybe it's everyone lives in a world built by those who dare to try. So yeah, maybe start a business is both the most empowering and the most misleading advice ever given. It's not for everyone, but it's for someone. And if you think that might be you, maybe that's enough reason to start. If you like this kind of economics thought experiment, share this and tell me in the comments. Do you think everyone could be rich, or would money lose meaning if we all were?